So this is our advent calendar for the year. It's a little different. It's gonna take us a while. Let's have a look.
Ah, Reynold was here, maybe that's relevant. We have this advent calendar storybook that we need to open every day along with the doors. So let's have a look at that one. So here's day 1.
Discover a strong looking lock. You focus your torch on the lock for a closer look. It is a combination lock, but what code opens it?
Okay, so this is clearly number 1.
So we should open this one. Ooh,
Okay.
we have some cards.
And it's like a little mine shaft.
Riddle card A. And we have... ooh, a little cutout of an ice one? Okay, so let's look at the riddle. What cool things you find in this cave? There are sculptures that deceive the eye. The items in the room help you crack the code from left to right.
So what you have to do is find a correct combination of numbers to get out of that door. And use this to help you. On the other side will be the coordinates, and it should match up with one of these. We think this is the next door. Okay, we're back at it again with our advent calendar. It is the 2nd of December. What's going on this day?
You grab a torch, blow out the candles, and walk into the dark passageway. You feel an icy chill on the back of your neck. The cold is beginning to numb you. The deeper you look into the fire, the more your thoughts wander. The shapes that the fire and embers form are fascinating. Ooh. Ooh. Riddle card B.
Riddle card B.
We were correct.
We were correct.
And here is our strange fire.
This one's quite confusing. We've orientated the fire, so this should be correct in here. And we've got this card to show us stuff.
Okay, I think we've got it. So when it says connected, it means physically connected. And we need to draw an imaginary line between the symbols. For the first one to go from the stocking to the snowflake to the gingerbread man to the present gives you the number 4.
So with that in mind, we think the next door is gonna be this one. We're back at it again, very early in the morning. It's December 3rd, and we've got some reading to do.
You suppress a hysterical laugh, and then you notice a heavenly smell. Could it be cookies? Pull yourself together because you don't want to believe what you see. The door doesn't have a handle, just another damn combination lock.
Oh, there were cookies.
Yeah! We want a little kitchen to be in here.
Little kitchen. Little kitchen. Little kitchen. That looks like a little kitchen.
So we have these little stickers, and then they go on the tray here. And this one requires a bit of three-dimensional thought, because you close the oven, as it says in the riddle, and then you kind of have to think what the numbers, if you place the two together like this, would be.
So with these numbers in mind, we can put in the pattern, and we think this is door number 4.
Welcome to day 4! We're still stuck in some kind of spooky ice cavern, but we have cookies. The cooled and less burnt cookies melt on your tongue with a delightful vanilla flavor. This room appears to be a library, judging from the bookshelves. You stop in front of a comfortable looking armchair and wonder whether to take a break for a short while. As you look up, rock dust trickles into your eyes. There's a crack in the ceiling up there. Well, let's see if we were correct. Little library.
Little library.
Oh, I think I see books.
Oh hell yeah, books.
A library shelf that's full of books. It's relevant where you should look. A hint of blue upon the wall will show between the columns tall. You know a view can alter, depending where you stand. Your vision shouldn't falter from the task at hand. So to work out this one, you basically have to look between the columns and try and count every blue book you can see.
We think the next door for day 5 is right next door. We're back. It's day 5, and we've got some reading to do. As you move the last book, you hear a quiet click, and the shelf really does swing aside like a door. In front of you is a kind of antiquated monitoring station. You definitely get the impression that surveillance is taking place here. Nosily, you look at the top photo. The photos fall out of your hands as you recognize yourself. You stare at the Polaroids in disbelief. One of the notes is something about a certain Reynold coming closer than anyone else. For some reason, the name Reynold means something to you, but you don't know what. And sure enough, there's a hatch on the floor, fastened with a combination lock.
So I feel like this is some weird escape kidnapping thing.
Oh, maybe.
Like it's intentional.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Should we open door 5 and hope it's a monitoring room at the top?
This looks monitoring. So to solve this one, we had to use the thumbtack to stick it in the calendar itself, and then match these up so it would show us the numbers.
And using all this, we think day number 6 is going to be down here.
Day 6. You enter the room. It looks like a music room. On the walls hang posters of different cult figures. Amy Winehouse, Elvis Presley, Kurt Cobain. The sooner you get out of here, the better. You look around more closely. There's a guitar case secured with a combination lock.
Let's open day 6.
I see Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, this looks pretty good.
F.
We couldn't quite get this one to work. You're supposed to be able to read something on the top of here, but we couldn't do it. So we consulted the handy cheat sheet and worked out. And the next door is going to be this one for day 7 for a kind of middling day. Welcome to day 7. We've got shapes.
And colours. You open the guitar case and find a letter. Excited, you begin to read. Welcome, brave skier. I'd like to welcome you into my home, which right now is also an escape room. There really does seem to be a crazy man living here. The phrase at the end is also a bit weird. Think outside the box. Eventually you find a key in the guitar case. Luckily this fits a trapdoor in the ceiling of the music room. In front of you gapes a large opening with an ice slide. However, it's locked with an iron chain. Come on, ice slide. Also, I feel like we're being stalked by H.H. Holmes. So for this one, on each of the sides of the cube is a number, and basically you just have to match what 3 sides you can see with the 3 sides inside the room.
And we think day 8 is going to be right here. Welcome to day 8.
Let's go! You land with a bang, but at least it's on a soft heap. However, it kind of smells like old sweat. That's just brilliant. No wonder there's a foul smell in the air. You must have landed in the laundry room. In front of another wall is an impressively large wooden box. Unsurprisingly, it's secured with a combination lock.
Okay, well let's open day 8 and find out what we got going on. That's looking like a laundry room.
We've got the little pegs, but they're like quite sturdy.
Oh, cool.
And then these must be our clothes. No!
So we've got the washing on here, but what's next?
So for this one, we had to look at the pegs as if they're Roman numerals, and according to the colours on the door, work out which Roman numeral is. So for instance, blue and white makes IV, or 4.
And then we think the next door is...
Merry Ninthmas. You open the box in the laundry room. The inside is surprising, not actually being a box at all. It is in fact a secret door to a small passageway connecting to the other room. But it is pitch black in there. But thankfully you prepared yourself well and bring out the large torch you found in the storage room. And as a precaution you shine your light around the walls first. There is a fuse box there. Perhaps a fuse is just blown. Perhaps this is just another riddle to solve.
Let's open day 9.
It's pretty dark.
Oh, it's pretty dark. Oh.
So this was a very sneaky one. We had to count the dots, but these are the dots that are hidden above the eyes on the card, and it gets even trickier from there because it's not how many dots there are, it's which order the numbers 1, 2, and 3 on the riddle cards go into the slots.
So we think door number 10 is right here.
10. You step forward curiously. You seem to have stepped on something because it feels weird under your foot. When you lift your shoe up, you hear a rattle and a click, and then the ground is torn from beneath your feet. You've triggered a secret trap, like in an Indiana Jones movie. You find the bad weather has passed as you look into a spectacular starry sky. Of course, the trapdoor is locked, and in order to open it, you have to crack the code.
Let's open door 10. And that's looking like a cave.
So, if we look at the symbols drawn in, each one has an intersection on a word, and if we read these in the order they were on the riddle card, we get the fox found secret, or something. So we need to look for a fox, and we looked all over the front of the box, but he's a sneaky little fox. He's down here, on the side, so I think our answer's in here.
573.
So this is number 11.
Day 11, let's go.
You finally open the wretched trapdoor above you and pull yourself back up into the passageway. That wasn't much fun. Very carefully you walk into the next room and are astounded. It looks just like a living room. A little fire crackles in the fireplace and the sofa invites you to sink in. You're seething. This madman has put your life on the line. For a game, you throw yourself onto the sofa as requested. Between the cushions of the sofa you discover a small note.
Let's see if we've got riddle card K. Oh, nice one, fire. Riddle card K.
Finish the inventory before Christmas. So this was a fun one. We had to go back through every single room and count how many lanterns, forks, and candles were present. And that gave us this answer up here. So this is day 12. Day 12. The already familiar scrawling hand has left you a new hint. It continues under the carpet. You roll up the carpet to one side and discover a secret door. You enter a kind of artist studio. Perhaps one would call it an atelier. Some snippets of memory play around in your head in which the name Bob Ross appear, but these thoughts won't get you anywhere. There's another clue on the table, something to do with a pair of scissors.
Ooh.
Find the code you seem to lack, fold the mountain fully back. Let your scissors start to slide along the massive mountainside. So to solve this one, we had to cut out the mountain at the top of the advent calendar, fold it over, and then look on the actual instructions on the back of the box. The red flags at the top of the mountain were pointing to numbers, and from that number we have decoded that day 13 will be here.
Day 13.
Unlucky. You remove the combination lock and enter a games room. Right in front of you on the floor lays an unfinished game of Catan. You check it out. It doesn't seem to be clear yet who will win the game. There's a memory game on a table and a shelf full of games, all of which have the exit name in their title. Well, that seems very fitting. So you look for the next clue and find it behind a box of beautifully illustrated adventure games. Would all of the half-finished games around here have something to do with it? So I think we have to work out the free numbers by playing each of these games.
So this game's fun. You have to match the pairs of animals, and once you've matched all the pairs, this is the number.
If you look down the edge of this one, you can see the beginning letter of each line spells out the number 8.
In the card here, we're shown all the chess pieces. And then when we look at the chessboard in the room here, what we have to do is look at all the white squares after you remove all the pieces. So we think day 14 is going to be here.
Christmas is next week. Let's get on with this. You see an old cassette recorder that you switch on. While listening to noisy Christmas music, you find the next clue. Make a Christmas garland as a decoration for me, and as the next clue for you. You don't actually have that much free time right now, but what must be must be. As you start making the garlands, the cassette stops. You turn it over, but this time no music plays. You turn the cassette over. You'd rather listen to the Ziva version of Let It Snow Again.
Okay, so this one was fun. First we had to cut out the 2 strips of letters and then fold them together. Once we'd folded them together, we could have a look down the sides and the words would spell out numbers.
So we think tomorrow's door is here. 15! Perhaps you will finally get closer to the escape room exit. In fact, this time you do not enter a small room, but a huge cave. A frozen lake takes up almost the entire room. Huge icicles hang from the ceiling. Luckily, you don't have to cross the lake in the old hiking boots, as there are ice skates here at the lake edge. You take a few cautious steps on the icy surface. After slowly gliding for a few meters, an ear-splittingly loud chorus of Last Christmas starts from somewhere in the room. Crack! One of the icicles crashes to the ground in front of you. This has to be because of that horrible music. Sure enough, you find the music system in a locked box. Very imaginative. Now, how can you open it to finally silence Wham?
Okay, let's check out this icy room.
That looks like an ice cave.
That does look like an ice cave.
Oh! Careful! 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 I think I see 0, red 0, blue 7, yellow 7. Red 0, blue 7, yellow 7.
So we think this is day 16.
9 days till Christmas. Once you finally arrived, you change from ice skates back into your hiking boots and walk towards the door. But great, it's just a fake door. Then you notice several colourful marks on the rock face in front of you. Are these climbing holds? In fact, the wall is covered in them. Luckily, you have some climbing experience and quickly reach the top, but you could have guessed it, you need 3 more numbers to open the hatch. Luckily, on the thick mat, you find another clue.
So I hope we're right about this door.
Yeah, hope for rope.
Rope, rope, rope.
Oh,
rope.
So basically we had to plot out on the whole advent calendar the shapes as they appeared inside the room, and then put the numbers for each of those rooms into our decoder, and that gave us our answer. After working out the 3 numbers, we think this is door 17. 17. You pull yourself through the hatch just as your tired arms begin to fail. Suddenly your senses are on high alert. Is there another person in here? Is it time for the big showdown? The other person also seems to notice you and stares at you with wild eyes. Then you recognize your mistake. And yourself. Slightly more relaxed now, you look around properly for the first time and see a magnificent hall. Mirrors everywhere with elegant pillars in between. The mirrors are so cleverly placed that from every angle they fool you into seeing a larger room. You finally find a puzzle card in front of one of the pillars. Perhaps your luck will change and you will find your way out. Can you imagine if it was actual mirrors?
Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't think it will be, but it would be cool.
Fake mirrors.
So this one was easier to solve than expected. So this whole time I noticed there were a few doors that opened the wrong way round, but it's only a couple. So we have here door 6 and door 11, which both open the wrong way round. So the code was just 611, which means this is door 18. 1 week till Christmas. Awesome! A secret door was hidden in one of the pillars. You climbed down a narrow spiral staircase. Your mental request for a bathroom was unfortunately not granted. Still, you can't hold back an appreciative whistle. The next room looks like a railway basement. Wow, the landlord seems a bit of a crackpot. Or very lonely. You look around for the next puzzle and find a combination lock on the gigantic closet on the left side of the room. Your gaze returns to the model railroad. Your fingers itch to play. You start the train and get moving.
I want to see an actual model railway in here. Ooh. Oh.
Oh.
We couldn't work out how to do this. We were like, this doesn't make any sense. It's on the back of the sheet. Okay, so this one is interesting and very confusing. Train starts here. We take the green turn. You show the black house. So we take note of the black house. Keep going, focus on the black house. At the end here, we take the red turning, and then we take the turning down here, and now we've been told about the red house. So we go down, take note of the red house. And so on and so forth until we've got the black, the red, and the green houses, which spell out blue, red, and grey. Now we take a look in here, you can see there are train cars that are numbered, and that's how we work out the numbers. So we think day 19 will be here. It's the 19th, and this page is looking funky.
The closet is probably some sort of magical passageway. At least it looks much bigger on the inside. This is one really impressive walk-in wardrobe, but most of it reminds you of a fancy dress shop. There are numerous full-body costumes, a superhero costume, a pink rabbit suit, a diving outfit. You're right about your assumption of your captor's height. The clothes here could fit a half-giant. In the corner of the room is a sewing machine with a swatch of fabric ready to sew. Here you finally find a clue. Apparently you're supposed to help your host sew. That looks very fancy.
Okay, so we folded it into this Santa thing.
So we've cut out the little holes that were lined out, and now we're gonna open it up. Okay.
This kinda works.
Okay, so I think our cutting has been a bit misplaced, but this is a 3, this is an 8, and I think this is supposed to be a 0.
So we think this should be day 20. Oh my god, we've done this for 20 days.
20! You're still not outside. Instead, you're in a post office. There are stacks of presents, parcel boxes, and letters. Just cover a wooden door. Of course, it's barricaded, but someone has pinned a letter to the wood. You begin reading quickly. Have you noticed that Christmas is quickly approaching? As you can see from my little gallery, I have several friends and relatives that I'd like to give presents to. Please help me get the parcels ready so they can arrive on time. Intrigued, you look at the gallery more closely, and for a moment you're stunned. From a distance, the images look like people with fur hats, but that looks like... You can't deny what you see. Yes, they're Yetis, snow people. A small hysterical laugh bubbles out of you. The situation is so weird. Why are you still surprised? Good heavens! How could you have missed all the signs? I didn't miss the signs.
Yeah,
I called this.
Let's go see our Yeti family.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to find all the presents on the cards. It's going well. Today's answer is wet. Ho. Nah.
I think we're missing some cards.
They're all homonyms, so it's 8, 0, 1.
There we go.
Oh, 21.
Now we can drink.
21.
Still shaking your head, you open the next door. No one will ever believe that a Yeti personally put you in an escape room. You push the door open further and have to immediately close your eyes. Is that the sun? In fact, there's a window, and the sun appears to be rising. Outside, the landscape is untouched. Everything is wrapped in fresh snow. The window has no handle, but there's still the door, with a combination lock. What else? You take a closer look at the room. The binoculars and a notebook lead you to the conclusion that the Yeti, in addition to all his hobbies, also likes watching animals. Lead each animal to its den. Each of them must perform their movement in full or choose the alternative. What a strange clue.
Oh, there's the window on the outside.
So we've plotted out all of the animals' paths according to how they move on the cards. And that's given us this one point here, where they've all been. Unfortunately, this only gives us one number, but if we look in the room again, we see that it actually says that the numbers we're looking for are A, B, C, with the X point here.
So we think this is day 22. 22.
That's impossible. You're so sure that the door would lead you to the outside, and now you find yourself back in a dark hole. If the window were not barred, you would simply break it and leave. A mysterious glistening arouses your curiosity. You curiously examine a pinboard on the wall. Fastened to it are some images of gemstones that are magnificent to look at. Then you discover another clue. The spade seems to stare at you. You shake yourself and grab the spade. Perhaps a little bit of early morning exercise will get you back into shape. Now open door 22. Behind you will find one riddle card V. We get our V card back. Oh.
That's not V.
That's where C went.
Oh. Oh.
It got stuck in between. Oh my god, I think this is the board. Okay, I have an idea.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so cool. And that's how we get our numbers.
So we order them according to this bit down here, I assume?
Yeah. So this must be 23. Look at the state of this board.
You climb the ladder to the hatch in the ceiling. The metal hatch slams to the floor as you push it open. You pull yourself up and find yourself face to face with a tiger. In shock, you almost fall back down into the excavation cave. You hold your breath and then notice the tiger does not blink. Phew! Luckily only a tiger skin rock. You look up and your next thought is purely, wow. For a huge pane of glass you see stunning snowy slopes. The sun is still low. You could willingly spend time staring at the view, but you're not crazy enough to develop Stockholm Syndrome. Curiously, you examine the panorama again, and particularly the many small flags in front of it.
Look at all this stuff.
Ooh. So this bit goes here on this triangle, and then the moose goes on here.
Oh yeah, okay.
So if we look through the hole here, you can see between the moose's antlers the flags, and then each of those corresponds to a number in the room. We put those into our handy dandy decoder, and we got this here. So we followed the directions, and that brought us here to door 11. But we've been here before.
We have.
But if we look inside, we haven't. This is door 24. Final day. You look for what feels like an eternity in the panorama bar for something that you can open with the code. Then of course you inevitably stumble over the tiger rug head. Luckily enough, the rug shifts and underneath you find a secret hatch. You find yourself in front of a door that can be opened. Hang on. This all looks familiar to you. You're back in the fireplace room. Are you kidding me? You blurt out involuntarily. Did you miss something when you were here for the first time? You just want to go outside now. Out of sheer desperation, you finally grab the poker and start poking around in the fireplace. That's when you look up at the mantelpiece and see a note. It reads, "Welcome back. You're so very close. Did you already check behind the fireplace?" This sounds like another rip it to shreds kind of bit. Oh, it moves. Hang on. Okay. Oh, this has gotta be the answer.
Oh, you're taking the wall off. Oh shit! Oh my god!
There's a room in the room. You hang the poker back up and wonder how you could get out of here. It's very dim in the fireplace room. The fire is burned down, but instead candles are now shining all around you, bathing everything in a pleasant glow. On the table is a plate of cookies and chocolate-covered gingerbread. As you turn around, you see a giant banner hanging over the sofa for the first time. Congratulations, you did it! Merry Christmas! You'll find your present behind all of these rooms. That's it.
That's it.
We're done.
We're free. Where's our present? What's up with this door?
Okay, should we just open it?
Let's just open this door.
It's the end.
There's the Yeti. He's in there.
Oh! Hey, occupied. I knew you'd look in here. Get out. This is not the 24th. Keep looking. Did you think I'd make it that easy for you?
Oh! So this door is if we cheated on the last one.
We were good though, so we never saw.
So I was told there would be a present.
Oh, it's gonna...
I felt some give. There we go.
Oh, so like, do we lift this up? Oh!
Ah!
Oh my god, it's falling apart. Oh, it's a certificate!
Oh, that's so good.
Gotta hang this up somewhere. Proudest achievement. That's my GCSEs.
Oh, that's amazing.
Certificate. Congratulations, you've completed the adventure with courage and wisdom and found your way out of a mysterious ice cave. I hereby now declare you a Yeti Knight.
Amazing.
That's a fitting prize, do you think?
I think it is a fitting prize.